Okay, now the next step is to put these little pins into all the louvers so that the louvers can actually operate. So we're going to, we've got the holes that we pre-drilled before. This pin just slides into that hole and fits up snug against it. And you just keep repeating that for each one of the louvers until you've got all the pins in. And then those pins will fit into the holes that we previously drilled into the stiles. Pretty simple. So I'm getting ready to assemble the shutter frame, and what I've done, I've decided to use pocket screws to assemble my frame, especially because it's here in the shop and I don't really mind if no one's going to see the back of the frame. Probably the better thing to do is to use a biscuit or a domino or something like that to join the frames, but for me, I'm not so worried about anybody seeing back there except for maybe the flies. So what I've done is I've attached the frame on one side only. I've glued it up, put my pocket screws in, and I'm going to pull this apart now the other side, because the trick here is you've got to stick the louvers in, line up the holes to put the second side of the frame in. It's actually pretty challenging and really the only difficult part of this whole process. So let me get set up and I'll show you kind of how we're going to put this thing together. Okay, so I'm getting ready to assemble this, and a couple things to know. I'm assembling this thing upside down because of the way I have to put the pocket screws together. If you're using a biscuit or a domino, you can do this the other direction. So the key here is I'm going to get I'm going to set all the louvers in one side of the frame, the side that I've already attached. I'm going to get them all facing the correct direction, and by that I just mean that they're all going to lay the same way. The hole for the control arm is facing the same way, and we're just going to get this thing kind of mocked up because we have to carefully assemble the last rail with the louvers in place, which can be a little bit of a challenge. So there's a louver there that I'm going to have to redo. So I'm just going to set all these in here, and then we'll come right back and I'll show you how we're going to put the frame together and get this thing all set. Okay, I've got all the louvers laid out into the side of the frame that's already attached, and you can see here now I've got all these pins that I'll need to line up inside the holes on this rail. At the same time, I need to get everything squared and glued up and screwed together. So, like I said, this is the tricky part, getting this put together. You have to play around with it. You're probably going to swear a couple times, but it can be done. I've done it. And once we do that, then the frame, we'll attach the frame. The frame will be, we'll let it sit overnight, let the glue dry up, and then we'll work on the control arm last. The last step in assembling the shutters is connecting the control arm to the individual louvers using small barbed wire metal connectors inserted into the previously drilled holes using a pair of pliers. This part of the project was actually quite tedious, and the overall design of it's not all that great. It's my only complaint with this system, and I hope Rockler will find a better solution for future kits. Once the shutters are fully assembled, the only step left is hanging them in the window opening. To do this, I used 3 small hinges on each shutter and screwed them to the window jambs as indicated on the initial design plans. As you can see, the shutters look great and they fit the opening perfectly. The best part is these shutters actually work. You can operate them up or down to control the amount of light in the room, just like a normal plantation shutter you might buy in the store. The shutters are easy to open and close and let additional light in or let air into the room, whatever your preference, but I really think they work great, and these are just as good as any you could buy in the store. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed this short little video series that I put together on building wooden shutters using the Rockler wooden shutter building system. It's a great little kit. They have a great service online, get you all the parts, all the little tools you need. If you're contemplating building wooden plantation style shutters for your home, I highly recommend this system. Again, Rockler, they've got everything you need to help you with the whole process, all the design measurements, everything you need they can set you up with. get you the full set of prints and everything. So if you're looking to build some shutters like this and save a few bucks, I really recommend you check out their system. Thanks again for checking out this tutorial. We'll have a lot more here at homeconstructionimprovement.com. I hope you come see us again in the future.